So, in Avengers Infinity War, I think it is pretty obvious what happened. This tragedy was an unfortunate result of a certain battle known as the Civil War. The Avengers split up, no one could be together to fight Thanos all at once, and they paid the consequences for it. So, what if the Avengers hadn't split up? What if the Civil War hadn't happened? Would we still get our desired victory? I'm here to tell you what exactly would go on.
Where a single choice can branch out into infinite realities, creating alternate worlds from the ones you know. I am the Watcher. I am your guide through these vast new realities. Follow me and ponder the question, what if?
So, to these events and Civil War could possibly be Captain America's own journey or something. One of those things where the Avengers should have shown up, or in this case, shouldn't have. Out of all the times! But yeah, regardless, Civil War doesn't happen. If you want me to explain how, then type it down in the comments. If there's enough comments, I will try to figure out a more thought out solution. But unfortunately, everything plays out the same for Thor and the Guardians. And Hulk still slants into Doctor Strange's place, where Doctor Strange portals to Iron Man. But now knowing everything is cool, Doctor Strange portals to the other Avengers and their location. Knowing how Doctor Strange is, I'm surprised he hasn't done that to Tony in the original. Now that I think about it. But yeah, all of the Avengers are together, except for since he only got involved due to the Civil War and all this. Black Panther, he's not here. If you want me to explain, to write in exactly how, then again, type it in the comments. Or even if you want to see him regardless. And Spider-Man's not here since he only came seeing the spaceship and Iron Man wouldn't definitely allow him here. And considering how fast the forces of Thanos were able to get here, you can imagine nothing here is changed. Except for now they're in the new location of the Avengers HQ where the Avengers were discussing how to deal with this threat. Possibly breaking out more or arguing. But regardless, here we are. They're fighting the good fight with Ma, Cole Obsidian, and the two others, and the Xenomorph ripoffs. Knowing Vision, who wields the Mind Stone, and Doctor Strange, who has the Time Stone, are all together, and not to mention the other Avengers, Iron Man, Wanda, the A-list Avenger, War Machine. The only advantage they would have left, or even whatever little element of surprise, what little could be, if even still talking about this, they would still be surprised, and like they were in the original movie. The original action battle was like 30 minutes long, so having Strange and Wong and Iron Man with new upgrades clean this up in 15 minutes. End this battle. I could be wrong. It could last as long as the traditional Avengers battles, but at the same time, Endgame's battle lasted 10 minutes, while the rest is the new Guardians and Thor, whose stories stay the same, with the other Avengers have finished their story, or are running through strategies for Thanos' arrival. Strange seeing the multiple outcomes, possibly winning in half or for most of these outcomes. But this is one of them, with the Guardians again staying the same and still going to Titan, Thanos' planet, this time with no luck. I'm not sure if Thanos will go to this planet because he somehow would know where to find the stones. That's not what I said, that's just the logic of the movie. But if he hasn't, then he would have ripped through the Guardians. Bye bye, Guardians. They're the casualties of this film. Or maybe not even, with him portaling the second he sees Strange is not here. But as he comes to Strange, all hands on deck, with Iron Man blowing up Thanos on one side and War Machine the other, the Hulkbuster truly punishing, Scarlet Witch and Vision blasting right through, Strange using all his magic and abilities, as well as Wong, and Captain America gonna be there to sneak up on Thanos once he's wiped through all of them, or just knocked them out for a second. And seeing how they handled him in Endgame in the beginning, this would not be a fair fight, almost. As him holding these stones would have him evenly matched. Captain America, again, ready to attack the second Thanos throws Iron Man off course. Having thought of strategies, Thor's story stays the same, so he arrives the same moment he does, as Thanos does to his planet, so them meeting up would not turn out well for Thanos. And with the other Avengers, again, Thanos' timeline is also one of the only ones that stays the same. With the Avengers already thought of a plan again. So you can just imagine it would not go well for these Avengers who were clearly so powerful and have already thought of solutions. So here in this scenario, let's just say he creates a force field shield on him once Thor attacks. But even then knocked him down with the blast of Stormbreaker. Here is probably when Thanos dies, or as I said, he goes through multiple Avengers. Having these stones should move it equally, or almost as Thor gets through Thanos. And with this, the multiple Avengers here are able to take him down with Thor. If they had done that, did the tactic on Thanos on his planet, it's as good as done, and probably. See, I'm listing these multiple scenarios. The chances of Thanos winning are slim, but they're still manageable. He's still Thanos, and he still holds the Infinity Stones. But here, yeah, they win. This is how the final battle would have played out. An Endgame, at the beginning, they just got to Thanos, and then Thor cut his head off in front of everyone. That possibly would have stayed the same in Avengers Infinity War. But the irony is, it's actually before Thanos snaps all of life in existence. Half of all life in existence. Ironically enough, in this scenario, this plays out in the Avengers' favor. And here, a new future of the MCU is written. Tony doesn't die, so he doesn't give the Edith glasses. But I do imagine Mysterio through with his plan, just not after Peter or the glasses. And while he's away on vacation, Iron Man instantly noticing what's going on instantly after he tries to fight the monsters Mysterio created. He punches through Quentin with his metal armor and sends him to jail. And the events of No Way Home don't happen, which is actually really sad. Shang-Chi still happens, even at the same time it was. Eternals, I heard of what happens despite thankfully not seeing the movie. It's hard to say if the planet is doomed after this, but I'm gonna say no. WandaVision doesn't happen. Falcon's show doesn't occur, with villain's motivation not happening. Neither stupid ass Loki. Moon Knight definitely seemed like its own thing, so it's all good for him, or maybe not. Miss Marvel, I don't know. She-Hulk, I don't think so, and thank God it doesn't happen if that's the case. That show looks fucking retarded. And neither does Doctor Strange 2, which is also fucking retarded. Thor, I'm not sure. Not just for his number 4, but his entrance, but his entire character, I don't know. Even after killing Thanos with no one turning to dust, he would still become Fat Thor, possibly. Or possibly not. He still lost a lot previously, so I can imagine. For the sake of this scenario, let's just say he's already getting out of his funk, joins the Guardians after helping his people settle into New Asgard. But the events of Thor 4 stays the same. See, this whole world-changing movie, it just became another safe movie in the MCU. And it doesn't spin out these safe as fuck shows, which I thought they were gonna span out more and be more different. But no, that's fucking retarded. And I know that they're building up to something, but it's still dumb that they're just being safe as fuck right now. And like not giving us anything for now is just fucking dumb. And yeah, that is basically what happens in the events of this new Infinity War. It's so surprising to think, like, this is going off the rules of the movie. It is so surprising to think that Thanos couldn't even have a chance when he has the abilities of the universe. When he has the abilities of the universe right here. And he got defeated. Still just only having 4, but that's almost a complete set. So this is just another Avengers film. Everything was played safely considering how logically everything would have played out for this scenario. With having Thanos go toe-to-toe with the Avengers with the powers of the universe, they're all balanced out considering how powerful, how many Avengers there are. So yeah, apparently the events of Civil War actually did affect the Marvel Universe. Not that that ever was in question. But yeah. And I can imagine there'd still be some Marvel fans that would have actually liked this scenario, even after something like this was quickly resolved after. It's in your humanity to think this way. This scenario was for Marvel back then, but now they've actually, ironically enough, became the villains, as they're treating their VFX artists so horribly nowadays. So I would just recommend skipping on modern day Marvel movies if you can't, try, because like this company is just became downhill and has abused their VFX artists. I can't stand it. There's no light in this scenario unless we actually stop seeing Marvel movies, stop seeing the Disney Plus shows, which I of course definitely have, and all that, because this no one should be treated this way, not even for something like Marvel. So please try to let's try to strike together on Marvel for this BS, cause like whenever I think about this, I just think of the worst hell that they are in right now. These poor VFX artists. So, yeah, ironically, this is a video talking about Marvel, but like for Marvel right now, they really like don't deserve any of this. And this was the opportunity to talk about this.